Hello, beautiful people. I am Annette C, and welcome back to my channel. First, let me say Happy New Year. I don't think I've made a video since we came into the new year, so I want to say Happy New Year. So this video is going to be a little bit different. I think I want to get more into some of the dreams and visions that I've been having. Lately, the Lord has been bringing into my remembrance certain dreams and visions. And so usually when I do have dreams and visions, a lot of times I don't really share them publicly because I feel like a lot of them are, not to be shared. But, when the Lord brings back into my remembrance certain dreams and visions, and I know it's okay to share, I will share it. So today on this video, I want to share something that maybe someone out there is experiencing right now. So it was this dream. I want to say I had it back in October. So I had it. So usually the thing about it is that I have a lot of dreams and visions in one night. And so I'll have more than one. And so what I used to do was I would write them down, but because they were coming so frequent and a lot out, and I would try and remember every detail. Usually I would wake up, voice record, and then lay back down. In this one, I didn't get a chance to record it right away, but I remembered it maybe like a day or two later. And so I recorded it, I made a voice note. So I don't know the exact date that I had this dream. I just remember I made the recording around October the 18th of last year, 2025. And so this dream was called Waiting in Line. And so basically in the dream, I just remember going to this place. I don't know how I got there. I don't know why I was there, but I just remember being inside of this place. And usually a lot of times, even in visions that I have, I can see details. So I can close my eyes and I can kind of see the location. I can see colors. I can see, because I try and pay attention to a lot of details because I know that has significant meaning to dreams and visions, like addresses, phone numbers, names, things that people say, the way that they say it. I pay attention to a lot of those different things. In this dream particularly, I just remember being in this place. I don't know what it looked like because I couldn't really see. But I remember it was like a bunch of people and it was like a line. We were all standing in line. I don't know what this line was for. It didn't say, there was no signs up. But I just remember it was a bunch of us standing in this line. And in this line, you were given a number. So I remember in this dream particularly, I was given a number. And so in this dream, I don't remember if it was 13, my number was 13,060, or if it was 1,360. But I just remember the number, seeing the numbers 1360. And so that was the number that was given to me. And I was standing on this line. So in this line, it was just a bunch of different people. Everyone looked regular. We were dressed in regular clothes. It was different ethnicities, different genders. And so we were all standing in line. And I just remember standing in the line and I was starting to get impatient. And I remember at one point, the line wasn't moving. It was just there. And I remember at one point I sat down, and when I sat down, I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave and come back because this line, look at my number. And like I said, I don't remember if I was 13,060 or if I was 1,360. And so I was trying to look this up. Usually when I see numbers like that, I try and look it up in the Strong's Concordance, or I even look up the scripture. I look it up in the Bible. Is there a chapter or a verse that I need to look at? What is the significance of this number? And honestly, I still have yet to understand the significance of this number. So I'm still praying on it. But I was just okay, that was the number that was given to me. And so as we're on this line, I remember there was a guy in front of me. There was a bunch of people in front and behind me, but there was this one guy in particular. And I remember saying to him, hey, can you save my spot? Because I'm going to leave and come back. Because I remember like I was just tired of waiting. And I was like, I'm going to leave and come back. Look at my number. Like I felt like my number wasn't going to be called for a long time. And so I was like, I have time to like leave and come back. And the guy was like, yeah, of course, I'll save your spot. He was super nice, whatever. And so I remember right before I was about to leave, there were people who were working, like managing this whole thing. Like I said, I don't even know what we were waiting for. I couldn't see ahead of like, I couldn't see how long the line was. I could only see my part. Like I could only see where I was at in line. I couldn't see how we got the number. I just remember being given a number. I don't remember what this line was for. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what was happening when we got up to the front. I couldn't see any of that. None of that. Everything was like, it wasn't being shown to me. The only thing that I was seeing is my spot in line and my number. And so when I was gonna leave, I remember there were people who were working there. And this one guy had came and he was like, I recommend that you do not get out of line. He was like, because he was like, what did he say? He said, we're only gonna call you once. We're not gonna wait for you. And he said most time people miss their spot. So he said, I recommend that you do not get out of line. And when he said that, I was like, okay, thank you. And I still was waiting, and I was still contemplating, like even after them telling me that, I was still contemplating leaving and coming back. But and then that's when I had woke up. So like I said, I had this dream last year in 2025 around like between October 15th and 18th of 2025. And I recorded it and I left it, but it wasn't until this morning as I was washing clothes that dream came back to me. And and this is why I said this might be for you. If you're in a season where you've had to wait a long time for maybe something that you've been waiting for from the Lord, or, maybe something that you are praying for, maybe something that you're in need of, and you felt like you've had to wait, and maybe like the wait has been long. Maybe you don't see how this can happen. Maybe you don't know how this can happen. Maybe you can't see like what's next, or maybe you're the type of person where you need to know, or you're impatient. Do not get out of line. And so this is the reason why I'm saying this, because if you're anything like me, I've dealt with, times where I was waiting for things from the Lord, things that like I've been praying for so many years. I don't even remember. Half of the stuff that I've been praying to the Lord for, I cannot even tell you. Like, I can't remember. That's how long I've been praying for things from the Lord. And you get to a place to where you do get weary. You get tired, and that's why that people always say, like, right before, don't give up before, don't give up too soon, because it's right at the time that you're about to give up is right when you might be next in line. And so just like in the dream, I was standing on this long line and I was given a number, but I couldn't see in front of me. I could only see like the people, like the few people standing in front of me and a few people standing in back of me. I couldn't look ahead and see like how many more people there was in front of me to be seen. I couldn't see that. So even though I was given this number, I could have been 5 people. I could have been next. Because just like I said, I could not see the length of the line. I couldn't see how close we were. Although I was given that number, they could have been on person 13,000, because I was either 13,060 or I was 1,360, right? So they could have been on in the 1300s already. They could have been in the 13,000s already. And I was like 5 people it was like 5 people in front of me in order for my turn. But because I was so impatient and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave and come back. And the people warned me. They said, most people who get out of line, they miss their turn. They don't make it. They don't make it because they said, he said, we only call your name once. And if you're not there, we're not waiting on you. We're moving on to the next. And another thing about the dream was I remember recording this. I said, I knew that there was significance to this line, and I knew that there was significance to this number because not everybody was there. Not everybody was waiting in line. Not everybody received a number. So it was only certain people who were waiting in this line. There were only certain people who got a number. And so I knew that there was significance to it. And so this was something that I could not miss. Because if I had got out of line, I would have missed my turn. And so I remember saying that. And, as I was speaking to Holy Spirit, and I'm like, I don't really know, what to say about this. I don't know what to make of it because, what is this, how is this, how is this applied to my current situation until this new year? And like I said, anyone who is in waiting or has been in waiting for a long time and you're like ready to give up and not so much that you are discouraged, but you just feel like, I don't know how much longer I can wait. I don't know how much longer my faith can push me. I don't know how much longer it is or even what I'm waiting for. I don't even know if what I'm waiting for is actually going to happen or going to come. This video is for you. It is to encourage you to not get out of line, to not leave the line, to not give up. Don't get impatient. Don't allow your impatience to make you lose your spot because you are close. You are close. Just like I said, I could not see in front of me. So just because I had that number did not mean that that's how many people more were to go. That was just the number that I was given. But it could have been 5 people. There could have only been 5 people ahead of me and I was next. But because I allowed my impatience and my doubt and my fear and my worry to discourage me and say, you know what? Look at your number. There's all of these people in front of you. You can get up. You can go and just come back. And I know you can relate. If you go to the DMV, if you go to the store, if you do anything and there's a long line, sometimes you'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna come back because I know that it's gonna take forever and they're not gonna get to my number anytime soon. Do not get out of line. If you are believing in the Lord for something, now is the time to lock in, to stand firm and trust in the Lord. All of them scriptures that you hear about having patience and trusting in the Lord for strength, you need to put those in motion. If you trust in the Lord, you better trust in him. This is the time to show and prove. It's not about, oh, I'm going to quote this scripture. This is about, let me stand on what I believe in. And if I truly believe that God is going to do what he said he's going to do, if I truly believe that he is a promise keeper, if I truly believe that he keeps all of his promises, then I know that I can stand here. I'm not going to get out of line because the Lord is going to make well on his promise. So this is my encouragement to you, is that if you are having a hard time right now and you're thinking about throwing in the towel, you are thinking about, I don't know how much longer I can wait. I don't know, if I have to wait much longer. Maybe you've grown weary on this journey. You're contemplating like, why am I doing this? Is it even worth it? It is worth it. It is worth it for you to wait in line. It is worth it for you to not be moved because that is what the enemy wants. He wants you to get out of line. He wants you to lose your spot. So whatever it is that the Lord has for you, you will lose it. The thing about it is that the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy, right? And so he knows that each and every one of us has a specific assignment from the Lord. The Lord has specifically written out our story for us to accomplish something in this world. Whether you think that you're important or not, you are important to the Lord. And he has something special for you, whether you are meant to affect millions or just one. That one person or those million people are what is going to change this world. And so each and every one of us has an assignment on our lives. And the thing about it is that the enemy knows that he cannot beat the Lord. He cannot beat us when we are rooted in God. And so what does he try and do? He tries to weaken us. He tries to delay. He tries to distract. And he sends in distractions. Anything he can do to get us out of alignment. Anything that he can do to get us off the line. Anything that he can do to make us leave and come back. Just like I was saying in the video. Look at my number. I could leave and come back. And thank God the worker was like to me, I don't and the people around me was like, we'll hold your spot. That's fine. We'll hold your spot, no problem. But the worker that was there, he said to me, I do not recommend that you leave. I do not recommend that you get out of the line because you will lose your spot. He said most people lose their spot. He said because we're only going to call you once. When your number is called, we only call you once. We do not wait. And he said most people lose their spot. And so this is my encouragement to you to do not get out of line. Do not give up. Do not lose your spot for anything or anyone. I know that times is hard. And especially, I always say that when you are next or you are close up to receiving whatever it is that the Lord has for you, or even doing whatever it is that the Lord has for you to do, it gets hard. And that is because the enemy knows. He knows it is right around the corner. That, running a marathon, if you've ever ran a race or a marathon, that last lap is the hardest because it is your body is now feeling everything that you've been going through. Your body is now feeling everything. And it's like, okay, I have one more lap. Now I need to rest. And so that last lap, you got to push through because it's the finish line is right there. And I just got to make it. My number might be this, but I might be two people. There might only be two people in front of me. That's why you never know. And that there's a reason why the Lord wants us to trust in him and to have faith. Because it may look like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting 10 years, 7 years, 6 years, 5 years, 4 years. I've been waiting a few days, but I don't see no end. I don't know when it's going to happen. And the thing about it, the Lord might have said, you know what? I'm going to make it happen for her today. I'm going to make it happen for him tomorrow, because that is what the Lord can do and will do for you. But if you get out of line and you leave before, you will miss out. And so this is my encouragement to you to do not allow anything or anyone to make you miss out on what the Lord has been doing for you. You have made it this far. And another thing is that you do not have to be perfect. You can make mistakes. You could fight your way to it. Even whatever you have to do, you got to keep yourself encouraged. You got to read the word. You got to cry. You got to do whatever, but you are still standing in that line. You are still trusting in the Lord. I'm going to receive whatever it is on the other side of this line. I'm going to receive from God. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what it says. I don't care how many people. It may look intimidating. It may feel tiring. I may grow weary, but I am going to wait. And so 2 scriptures that I wanted to leave you with to kind of go with this is Psalms 27 and 14. And hold on, let me get it. Psalms 27 and 14. And I'm going to let you go. Psalms 27 and 14. And it says, and I'm reading from the, I think this is the NLT. It says, wait patiently for the Lord, be brave and courageous. Yes, wait patiently for the Lord. And so just like I've been saying, just wait on the Lord. I know it's hard. I know you don't want to, that's not something that you want to hear. I don't want to hear that. Annette, wait. But guess what? In this waiting, God is helping us. He's building up your tolerance. He's removing the impatience that you may have been battling. If you've been a controlling person, if you've been a person who needed to know what was next, who needed to always know when was something going to happen, when you were going to receive it, he is there. This is what he's doing. He's helping you, right? But he's telling you to wait. Wait, and as you're waiting, trust in him and be courageous. Because you may experience things that you don't want to experience, weariness. right? You may become weak. You may get discouraged along the way. You may get tired. But wait on the Lord and be of good courage. And just wait, right? And then the next one is Galatians 6:9. And in Galatians 6:9, it says, so let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessings if we do not give up. So just like I said, do not give up. Do not give up. We will reap whatever it is that is waiting for us at the other end of that line. We will reap it. Whatever it is that God has for us, he does not want to punish us. He wants us to have good things. He wants us to be happy. He wants us to live a long and prosperous life. If we do not give up, if we do not get out of that line, do not allow anyone or anything to make you lose your spot. Don't, because sometimes you only get one chance. You only get one chance at this spot, whatever it is. And so again, Galatians 6:9. So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessings if we do not give up. At the right time, the Lord knows the timing. And that's why if you getting out of the line, the guy said to me, if you leave out of this line, you will miss your spot. Most people miss their turn because they leave, and we're not going to wait for you. And guess what? Who only knows the time is the Lord. Like I said, I was discouraged because I got such a large number. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is my number. Like, look at all, like they're never going to get to my number. But like I said, I didn't know what number they were up to. It didn't show what number they were up to. Like usually if you ever went to like a deli or like even the DMV, and they'll give you a number, and then like on the screen it'll give you like a number. It'll tell you like where they're at, right? So let's say your number's 2,000, and then on the screen it'll say they're up to 1,500. So okay, there's 500 people in front of me. In this dream, there wasn't nothing up to like say, okay, this is where they're at. I couldn't see how many people were in front of me. I could only see the few that were standing right in front of me and right behind me. But I couldn't see the line. Like I couldn't look in front of me and see how many people were in front of the line. I couldn't. And so it was just a matter of me trusting, me standing in that line and waiting and trusting in the Lord. And sometimes that's another thing. During this journey, it's not so much about you waiting. The Lord wants you to be dependent on him. He wants you to trust in him. Trust in his timing. Trust that he has your back. Trust that whatever it is that he has for you is greater than what you want. Greater than anything that you could ever think about. And so that is my encouragement for this video, is to not lose your spot, to continue to trust in the Lord, and to wait on him. Do not allow anything or anyone to make you lose your spot. I love you. Take care. Bye.